So, the newest find, a 1972 RTX 447. In really nice shape. Well, not really nice shape, but better than most. Been sitting since 1984 or 85 or something like that. I think the registration said 85 in a barn. Original seat cover still on it. It still has snow all over it. I bought it a week ago on the weekend and bought it on a Sunday, now it's Friday. So I haven't had a chance to look at it. It has 915 miles on it, original miles. Has your speedometer, your tach, brake, throttle, brake, which looks like a pedal bike, but that is original. Has the green windshield still on it, the green tinted windshield, but it has a nice crack on that side. Hood is not too bad. I've seen worse. This one's actually not too bad. Has two holes there from a license plate, and on one the hinges inside is broken. A little tab broke off of it. I can fix that. Choke cable's broken. What's left of it, the little knob's gone. I got a key for it, it's the original key. It's the 447 model, which means the 7 stands for 17-inch wide track. It's actually a 440 Sachs in it. The 447 actually stands for, the 7 stands for 17-inch wide track. So it has the wider track. What's the cool thing about this thing, I've always wanted one of these and I finally got one, which wasn't too bad of a price, is the dual exhaust. 2 pipes. One goes that way on the side, the other one goes right here. It's dual exhaust, which is only a 1-year thing for ski roll. They only did it for the RT 440s in 72 and the RTX 447s. Also a fiberglass belly pan. That's only 1 year also. Only for the 447s, 72 and the RT 440s. Headlight's still there. Most of the wiring is kind of there, I think. It's not much of wiring. I just got the motor turning over. It was seized when I picked it up, but I found out what was the problem. There's a mouse nest inside of the fan, and the pulley was seized. So I took a breaker bar to the pulley and I got it turning over. Now the motor turns over just fine. I just took the spark plugs out. The cool thing about this is this thing has the air ducts, which goes right over the carburetor and over the fan shroud like that, which sucks in cold air from that side of the vent and pushes it out the clutch side on that side. In 72, they did not come up with that. It was just wide open, so they had nothing but vapor lock and overheating issues. So what they used to do is take hole saws or drill holes all over here and drill holes all across the hood to try to fix that issue. That's what most dealerships did. Well, this guy, his dad owned a dealership back in the 70s, and this was their promo sled for 72 because the first year of RTXs in this body style. They usually all the other ones before this was bubble nose style ski rolls, and this was their promo sled, the first sled they ordered in for 72, and he bought it from his dad, but they were having vapor lock issues and overheating issues on this guy, so instead of doing the standard cut holes in the hood and dash, they added air ducts off a 73 RTX, which came with them. So they ordered the air ducts, installed the air ducts, and they relocated these coils. These coils are supposed to be down here with a big shield that says Sachs across it. So they added this plate here, and put the coils up high so they can add this cooling cold air into the carburetor, and they took the air ram horn off too to make this all fit, and they just notched out wherever. So that's pretty cool, actually. That is very cool. That is a smart idea. And it still has a ski roll belt on it. I don't know if you can see that. It still says ski roll on it. The guy said it didn't have many hours, and I think I'm starting to believe him now. This is the first time I get to look at this thing, really. Still has the little inlays on the seats here. It's a pretty nice sled. Just got it turning over, so it has no spark plugs. I'm going to look for some spark plugs and see if we can get some spark out of this puppy. Gas tank is cracked, unfortunately. Like I say, it leaked all out, the old gas, so there's a big crack on the bottom. These things are prone for cracking. They're just known for cracking instantly. That's why I got parked, I think, in 85 or whatever, because of a cracked gas tank. And it didn't really get driven since much then. Track isn't really, almost looked like brand new, the track. The guy kept it in a Quonset all these years. It is one heck of a find. I think this dash is all, no cracks on this dash. This rubber grommet is toast, but whatever. Choke cable, needs a new choke cable for sure. I think I might restore this guy. In my many lineups of restorations. It's a good thing I'm young. Taillight's still good. Chrome's all there, kind of, I think. Also had the tool bag. There's looks like a little shaving kit that hangs off this post. I got the other post inside my truck there. I took it off and sent it off to get remade. There's a guy that remakes them, so that's cool. But yeah, this hood is in really nice shape. It's still covered in nice barn dust. So that old barn dust, isn't that what makes it worth more? I'm kidding. I didn't pay much for it, actually. I only paid like $350 for it. No COVID tax on this puppy. Thank God. People think their junk is worth $1,500 or $2,000. Dumb people. Very dumb. Yeah, $350 get you this for a private sale. So yeah, I'm gonna grab the key. I'm gonna grab some new spark plugs. I highly doubt it has spark. That's worth checking. Well, I just checked for spark. I didn't expect to see any spark, but I got spark on the one side. The other side, not. So, I'm still surprised I had spark for sitting for this long. And with a mouse nest, and the mice crawling over the recoil, and there's probably junk inside that recoil, because it doesn't really make that nice noises when you turn it over. And yeah, it has spark. Shocking. So, you know what this means. I'm going to try to start it. I'm going to have to pull the fly. I'm going to have to pull this recoil off from the flywheel. I'm guessing it's probably, hopefully, points. I'm hoping it's not a condenser, because I don't think I have an extra condenser for these motors. What motor is this anyways? Oh yeah. It's a Sachs SA2440C, which is good. C motor. That means it's a 40 horse motor. It's the same thing I think as the 440RX or is it R motors. I can't remember the name is for the 71 R ski roll racers. RTX racers they had back in the day, the 440s. Same motor, almost, except they didn't have a fan tower. They didn't have the heat shields and stuff. I think it was a free air motor. Had the same pistons, cylinders. I think the heads were different though. It had dual exhaust also, and 2 carburetors instead of 1. I could be wrong, but I think that's all the simulators. They're pretty darn close. And only produced like 2 horse more, I think it was. This one's 40 horse. I think the racers had 42 horse. I could be wrong. It was between 40 to 42. They weren't quite sure. I don't really know. I know it's around 40 horse. I know these motors are fast. I have a 73 RTX 440 with the same motor with a single exhaust and carburetor instead of the dual, and that thing is fast, very fast. So I imagine this guy is pretty darn fast, and it had the same issue too with This fan being seized up for mice inside of there. Had the same issue. I thought the motor was seized too. I kind of figured this one had mice issues because the last one did too. Got to vacuum out this belly pan. So yeah, I'll be searching for some spark here and hopefully we can get this thing to start up maybe. I know those crank seals will probably be pretty peed off at me firing this thing up. I'm probably hard as a rock. I mean, it sat inside of a Quonset for 35 years or something like that. 35, 36 years, give or take. In the same spot, so we'll try it out. We'll give it maybe a couple fires here and see if the carburetor looks sturdy. Well, it's next day. I'm gonna pull off the flywheel cover, I mean the recoil and the flywheel and stuff, and I'm gonna do some sanding on the points, but first I gotta vacuum out the belly pan before I start playing with this. There's tons of mouse and other critters that lived in here. Well, I took the recoil off. That was a pain trying to get past that muffler and all the screws out, and the flywheel off with the Marnock puller. And I still don't have spark after cleaning the points on the one side. So it's either a bad condenser or I'm going to start testing out this coil. This coil right here. So I'm going to take a test light and a meter and start testing some stuff. Alright, so I got spark. It ended up being a dead coil on the top there, so I replaced it, and time to give her a first start in 35, 36 years. Got some go-go juice, and let's try it. It's mixed too, so don't worry. It starts. Haven't started yet. What does the cold exhaust touch? I got the recoil stuff. Well, it did start there. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this recoil. Okay, got the recoil fixed. Just a little hammer time I had to do to it. Let's try it again. It did pop this. It did pop there for a second. That's awesome. But those rings are a little stuck. That's what I want here. Try it again. Get all the fuel. Those rings might get a little stuck still. Okay, better go about that again. We're so close to getting this thing to run. That there. It's only going to pop for a little longer. It wants to. least it's trying to. Trying to get to run a little longer. Whew, out of breath now. I'm thinking the rings might be a little tight on some of the pistons, but doing this might help it out. Alright, got the carburetor out. Time to take it apart. See how bad it is. Guarantee the needle's stuck. So, fuel filter looks like garbage. I really hope it's clean inside of here because I don't want to take the wrench plugs out. And I hope the little check valve thingy with the little ball inside of it's there, because you can't replace them on these style of carburetors, which is the HD. I think the HRs you can. Yes, you can on the HRs, that's right. This one you can't, so we're going to crack this guy open, take a look, and see what we got. Doesn't look too bad. From the inside of the carb, everything was like the throttle was fine, it wasn't seized up. The choke cable was broken, so it didn't really like to move too well, but taking the choke cable off, it does move fine. It doesn't actually look too terrible from the bottom, it actually looks pretty clean. It was stored with no gas in the tank, so I mean, that's because it leaked out, so I don't know what the side's going to look like. Maybe 1985 special gas. Let's hope it's not too bad. Let's hope they use some good fuel, not some regular ethanol, whatever crap. That is garbage. Pulse line's still there. Still, these fuel lines are still flexible. Like, look at that. Being 1985, I think, 96 or whatever year. It's not too bad. I'm really hoping this is going to be alright here. God, these screws are long. Alright, it's not looking too bad. Trying to save these gaskets, because I'd rather not have to put in a gasket kit on this, but I do think I have some extras. There we go. Holy cow. Doesn't look too bad. What the heck? I'm going to get this off of here nicely. Come on. There we go. Holy. Ever seen a carburetor that clean before? I certainly haven't. Wow. Almost looks brand new in there. Even the needle isn't seized in there. Well, that's pretty good news. Let's get this puppy back in there and check the diaphragms. And we'll get a jerry can with some fuel lines and see if this thing will run onto that. Alright, we got a jerry can rigged up with some new Wish fuel lines and some duct tape to cause no backsplash or a fire. So it's pretty much rigged. Carburetor put back in. I think we're all ready to go. But the pulse, I just reused the pulse line. It's fine. So, I'm hoping it pumps some fuel up to that carburetor. You guys see it up here. When I did see it run last time there, it did have some headlight action going on there. So headlights work at least during nighttime. We'll give a little extra. Oh. Oh, gas. Alright. It's pumping gas. That's good. Well, unfortunately, I can't get spark out of this guy anymore. It really sucks. I wanted to see this thing run. I had spark and I lost it. I think it's one of the condensers I gave out after who knows how many years. Ah, that sucks. I had a bad coil up there. I was to replace it. I had spark and also disappeared. Coils, I don't know. Coil's good still. I metered it out. Old meter. Same thing as the other coil. I really wanted to see this one run, but oh well. Well, it was definitely a failed attempt to get this started. Not exactly a failed attempt. It still started. I couldn't get it running on its own, unfortunately. So, it's not a complete failure. Yeah, I don't know if I showed it with the hood down, so this is with the hood down. I can't remember now. But I'm going to go put it back. Storage. And I'm thinking it was a condenser that finally just got up and left. It's done. I think the one condenser's just had enough. I had enough just to start both cylinders for a little bit. I got to see that a little bit, so that's cool. Yeah, check out this pine cone I dug out of this thing. There's a couple of these guys. This thing's huge. Oh, we're sitting, must be sent up by some pine cone, driving through big pine cone area. I don't know how that would even get down underneath the hood, but it somehow did. So yeah, I'm going to put her back, put her in storage. It's going to get a full restoration, all of it. It's a perfect candidate. It needs to be restored. Like, how often do you ever find a 72 RTX 447 with dual exhaust, fiberglass belly pan, wide track, with the tach and speedometer? Yeah, some pretty cool stuff. I really wanted to see if that tach worked. That's too bad. It's for another day. Even the seat's original. So yeah, I'm going to put her back, and it's kind of a failed attempt, but not really, because it kind of started. You gotta think, 35 years, 36 years, that's pretty impressive. This thing will be a really sweet sled when it's restored. Well, I put it in the spot here. 72447. Sitting on top of some pallets underneath the snow, but keeps the track off the ground. Took the windshield off, or it doesn't rip the tarp up, or whatever. I got a heavy duty tarp. Got sitting beside another rare one. Actually, this one's rare, I think. This one's a 75 447. 1975 447. It's in pretty nice shape even. I like the front grab on this guy as an accessory. This also came from a guy. His dad used to own a dealership, and this was his sled. These are both from dealerships, ironically. 72 and 75. First year of 447 and the last year of 447. That's interesting, hey? And two of the rarest 447s sitting side by side. This one's rarer, actually. 75 is a lot more rare. This is also another restoration. I guess two restorations. Two came out of Barnes or Quonset's. This one has lower miles too. I think this one has like a big old moth in the way. I think it's 965 miles on this one. This one has 915. I can't tell because of that darn moth. Pretty sure it looks like a 9 or an 8. Either or. This one has a Kohler engine in it though. This one has a Sachs. The Sachs will definitely be faster than the Kohler engine. I think this one was turning over. It still does. This one's definitely in rougher shape. It came from down south in a little bit of the Badlands. So they hit a lot of rocks with the chassis. It needs a new chassis. Definitely needs some work on that, and console's cracked. The hood's in good shape. Probably better shape than the other one over there. Seat's original, just like that one. It's actually kind of soft still. The suspension is still kind of bouncy on it. This one is still there too. What was I going to say? I forgot now. This one, yeah, needs a full restoration too. Track's good shape. I wonder if I can do both 447s at the same time, a restoration on them. I still got a couple more I want to do. I want to do a RTW and a laser first. But these 447s be cool. Both, oh man, they'd be cool looking. Both have the keys. Both from original owners. Both almost in the same shape. But yeah, it's too bad I couldn't get the 72 447 dual exhaust running. That's a real shame. Real shame. But it did get it started, which is still pretty impressive. So, it's not a total loss there. I think condenser shit the bed, so I'm not going to try starting this one. This one's around 7 years ago, but the motor doesn't feel that great turning over. Probably needs a full rebuild too, and probably needs condensers also. Yeah. 2 projects to look forward to. Future, future, future. A lot of stuff I bought since my last videos I haven't made because I've been busy. Snowjet 340. That's pretty cool. Needs an engine rebuild. I got everything else sitting in the shed. Here's a 73. This one's I think is a 76 SST 340. I think it's a 76. This is a 73 Evinrude with 30 horse motor, Bobcat SS. Don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. So, yeah. I'll definitely be making more videos here in the next little bit. No one's been getting more subscribers, more views. It's kind of shocking. I guess in old videos, everyone's bored at home, so everyone's watching my videos. So yeah, it's getting dark out, so I'll end the video. So thanks for watching, and yeah, thanks.